The topic of today is, can you see me? Can you see on the screen? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Today the topic is lymphedema and filariasis. The definition of lymphedema. Lymphedema may be defined as an abnormal limb swelling caused by accumulation of increased amount of high protein, secondary to defective lymphatic drainage in the presence of near normal capillary filtration. Now about the pathophysiology. Lymphedema results from lymphatic aplasia, hypoplasia, dysmotility, that is reduced contractility with or without valvular insufficiency, obliteration by inflammatory, infectious or neoplastic process, or surgical extraction. Whatever the primary abnormality, the resultant physical and or functional obstruction leads to lymphatic hypertension and distension with secondary impairment of contractility and valvular incompetence. Lymphostasis and lymphotension leads to accumulation of interstitial space fluid, protein, growth factors, and other active peptide myoids, glucosaminoglycans, and particulate matter, including bacteria. As a consequence, there is an increased collagen production by fibroblast and accumulation of inflammatory cells, predominantly macrophages and lymphocytes, and activation of keratinocytes. The end result is protein-rich edema fluid, increased deposition of ground substance, subdermal fibrosis, and dermal thickening and proliferation. Lymphedema, unlike all other types of edema, is confined to the epiphyseal space. Although muscular compartment may be hypertrophied because of increased work involved in limb movement, they are characteristically free of edema. Now the classification. There are two main types. First is primary lymphedema, in which the cause is unknown and is thought to be caused by the congenital lymphatic dysplasia, or secondary or acquired lymphedema, in which there is a clear underlying cause. Now, this chart shows the etiological classification of lymphedema. In primary lymphedema, that's congenital, onset less than 2 years old, sporadic, familial, and precox onset 2 to 35 years of old, sporadic, familial. There is a Lister-Megis disease. Tarda is onset after 35 years old. A secondary lymphedema may be caused by parasitic, fungal, exposure to foreign body, primary lymphatic malignancy, metastatic spread to lymph nodes, radiotherapy to the lymph nodes, surgical excision of lymph nodes, trauma, particularly degloving injuries, superficial thrombophlebitis, and DVT. Now, the clinical classification of lymphedema, that is not needed for you, but it is divided into 1, 2, 3. Clinical features. In stage 1, there is edema pits on pressure and swelling, largely or completely disappear on elevation and bed rest. In grade 2, edema does not pit and does not significantly reduce upon elevation, positive stemous skin, and in stage 3, edema is associated with irreversible skin changes. Risk factors for lymphedema. There are quite a good number of risk factors, that is surgery with axillary lymph nodes, scar formation, radiotherapy, drain and wound complication, seroma formation, advanced cancer, obesity, congenital predisposition, hypertension, Taxana chemotherapy, insertion of pacemaker, atriovenous shunt for dialysis, ear travel, other things. That is for upper limb lymphedema. Lower limb lymphedema is surgery with inguinal lymph node dissection, postoperative pelvic radiotherapy, recurrent soft tissue infection, varicose vein stripping, intrapelvic or intra-abdominal tumors, orthopedic surgery, poor nutritional status, thrombophlebitis, chronic skin disorder, immobilization for prolonged period, air travel, living in or visiting an area of endemic lymphatic filariasis. Signs, symptoms and signs consist of lymphedema characteristically involves the foot, the contour of the ankle is lost through infilling of submalleolar depression, a buffalo hump forms on the dorsum of the foot, and toes appear square because of confinement footwear, and the skin on the dorsum of the toes cannot be pinched because of subcutaneous fibrosis. Next. Next, it is symptoms frequently experienced by patient with lymphedema. That is, most common symptom is the swelling. Clothing and jewelry becomes tighter, constant dull leg, burning or bursting sensation, general tiredness and debility, sensitivity to heat, pins and needle, cramps, skin problem, immobility, backache, arthritis foot, acute infective episodes. Malignancy associated with lymphedema is lymphangiosarcoma, Kaposi sarcoma, squamous cell carcinoma, liposarcoma, malignant melanoma, malignant fibrous histiocytoma, basal cell carcinoma, and lymphoma. Primary lymphedema. It has been proposed that in all cases of primary lymphedema, due to an inherited abnormality of the lymphatic system, sometimes termed as congenital lymphatic dysplasia. However, it is possible that many sporadic cases of primary lymphedema occurs in presence of normal lymphatic system, and they are actually examples of secondary lymphedema for which the triggering event have gone unrecognized. This might include seemingly trivial but repeated bacterial or fungal infection, insect bite, barefoot walking, DVT, and episodes of superficial thrombophlebitis. Genetic susceptibility, there are various genes and other things that you don't need to know. Now, lymphographic classification of primary lymphedema. In congenital, male is it is congenital, male is more than female, whole leg, unilateral or bilateral, positive family history, progression is progressive, variable. Next. Secondary lymphedema classification and cause of secondary lymphedema is trauma and tissue damage, that is lymph node dissection, radiotherapy, burn, varicose vein, scarring, malignant disease like lymph node metastasis, infiltrative carcinoma, lymphoma, venous disease, chronic venous insufficiency, venous ulceration, post-thrombotic syndrome. Infection consists of cellulitis, lymphadenitis, tuberculosis, filariasis. Inflammation is rheumatoid arthritis, dermatitis, psoriasis, sarcoidosis. Endocrine diseases, pretibial myxedema, immobility and dependency edema, paralysis. Next. Condition mimicking lymphedema. Factitious lymphedema, this is caused by application of tourniquet. A rotten sharp cutoff is seen on examination, and hysterical disease in patient with psychological or psychiatric problem. Immobility, generalized or localized immobilities of any cause lead to chronic limb swelling that can be misdiagnosed as lymphedema. For example, elderly patient who spend all day or sometimes all night sitting in a chair, armchair legs, hemiplegic stroke patient, and young patient with multiple sclerosis. Lipoedema, this present almost exclusively in women and comprises bilateral, usually symmetrical enlargement of legs and sometimes the lower half of the body because of abnormal deposition of fat. It may or may not be associated with generalized obesity. There is a number of features that help to differentiate the condition from lymphedema, but of course, lipoedema may coexist with other causes of lymph swelling. It has been proposed that lipoedema results from, or at least is associated with, fatty obliteration of lymphatics and lymph nodes. Investigation of lymphedema. Routine test, that is total blood count, urea, electrolytes, creatinine, LFT. But specialized test is lymphangiography or isotope lymphoscintigraphy. then CT scan and MRI, ultrasound and lymphophoresis. Pathological examination. In case of malignancy suspected, samples of the lymph node may be obtained by FNAC, needle core biopsy, or surgical excision. Skin biopsy may confirm the diagnosis of lymphangiosarcoma. Lymph volume measurement. While this is not useful in the diagnosis of lymphedema, lymph volume measurement is a useful tool to determine severity of lymphedema, guide management, and assess response to treatment. Management of lymphedema. First is the relief of pain. The pain is usually multifactorial and its severity and underlying cause will vary depending on the etiology of lymphedema. For example, following treatment of breast cancer, pain may arise from the swelling itself, radiation and surgery induced, nerve, brachial plexus and intercrostobrachial nerves, bone secondary deposit or radiation necrosis, joints, arthritis, bursitis, capillitis, and recurrent disease. Treatment involves the considered use of non-opioid and opioid analgesic, corticosteroid, tricyclic, antidepressant, muscle relaxant, antileptics, nerve block, physiotherapy, and adjuvant anti-cancer therapies, as well as measure to reduce the swelling if possible. In patients with non-cancer related lymphedema, the best way to reduce pain is to control swelling and prevent development of complication. Control of swelling. Physical therapy for lymphedema comprising bed rest, elevation, bandaging, compression band garments, massage, and exercise. The current preferred term is decongestive lymphedema therapy, that is DLT, which comprises of two phases. The first is a short, intense period of therapist-led care, and second is a maintenance phase in which the patient uses a self-care regime for occasional professional intervention. The intensive phase comprises skin care, manual lymphatic drainage, multi-layer lymphedema bandaging, and exercises. The length of intensive treatment will depend upon the disease severity, the degree of patient compliance, and the willingness and ability of patient to take more responsibility and for maintenance phase. Skin care, that is protect hands while washing up or gardening, wear a thimble when sewing, never walk barefoot, and wear protective footwear outside, and other things. Manual lymphatic drainage. Several different techniques of MLD has been described, and the details are beyond the scope of this chapter. However, they all aim to evacuate fluid and protein from the interstitial space and stimulate lymphagian contraction and decongestion of impaired lymphatic pathways and development of collateral roots. The therapy should perform MLD daily. They should also train the patient and or our carer to perform a simpler, modified form of massage termed as simple lymphatic drainage, SLD. In the intensive phase, SLD supplements MLD, and once maintenance phase is entered, SLD will carry on as a daily massage. Multi-layer lymphedema bandaging and compression garment. That includes ankle brachial pressure index using a handheld Doppler ultrasound is usually necessary prior to the commencement of any form of compression therapy, and it is rarely possible to feel pulse of the lymph edematous limb. Exercises, drugs. The benzopyrones are the group of several thousand naturally occurring substances, of which flavonoids have received the most intention. Surgery is operation falls in three categories: bypass procedure, liposuction, and reduction procedure. Bypass procedure, a number of methods have been described, including omental, pedicle, skin bridge, anastomosing lymph nodes to vein, and ileal mucosal patch. More recently, direct lymphovenular anastomosis has been carried out. Liposuction. Liposuction has been used in the treatment of chronic lymphedema. It is usually reserved for patients who have progressed to non-pitting edema. Limb reduction procedures, they are indicated when a limb is so swollen that it interferes with the mobility and livelihood. They are Sistrunk operation, Homans operation, Thompson's and Charles, which these operation, just to mention it during the exam. You don't have to know in the detail. Filariasis. Can you see the picture? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
students. Can you see the picture?
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is a picture of a filariasis of the foot. This is the most common cause of lymphedema worldwide, affecting up to 100 million individuals. It is particularly prevalent in Africa, India, South America, where 5 to 10% population may be affected. The viviparous nematode, Wuchereria bancrofti, whose only host is man, is responsible for 90% of the cases and is spread by mosquito. The disease is associated with poor sanitation. The parasite enters lymphatics from the blood and lodges in the lymph node, where it causes fibrosis and obstruction, partly due to direct physical damage and partly to the immune response of the host. Proximal lymphatics become grossly dilated with adult parasites. The degree of edema is often massive, in which case it is termed elephantiasis. Immature parasites, that is microfilaria, enter the blood at night and can be identified on a blood smear in a centrifuge specimen of urine or the lymph itself. A complement fixation test is also available and is positive in present or past infection. Eosinophilia is usually present. Diethyl carbamazepine destroys the parasite but does not reverse the lymphatic changes, although there may be some regression over time. Once the infection has been cleared, treatment is for primary lymphedema. Public health measures to reduce mosquito breeding, protective clothing, and mosquito netting may be useful employed to combat the condition. Features of filariasis. There will be fever in acute phase, fever, headache, malaise, inguinal and axillary lymphadenitis, lymphangitis, cellulitis, abscess formation and ulceration, and there might be epididyma orchitis. In chronic case, lymphedema of leg, arm, breast, hydrocele, abdominal lymphatic varices, that is chyluria or lymphuria. Thank you. Do you have any questions? কতজন আছো 30 30 বস ওই স্যার দে সই করি